Looking for Jimmy in the end zone. Touchdown Jaguars! Touchdown Jaguars!
Here we go, 4th and goal. Portal stumbled for a moment. Up top, he's got his man for the touchdown.
There has never been a moment like tonight.
Not to over-dramatize this whole situation, but I can't imagine a more important time in the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
A franchise that has had its share of bad luck.
Oh, that's loose. That is definitely... Ooh!
Tonight is the most fortuitous franchise in the NFL.
Everett against May, deflected away!
The #1 pick for the first time in Jaguars history.
It's going to define the franchise moving forward.
A need for a franchise quarterback.
He's showing off to the rest of the football world.
And one of the best prospects to ever come out of college is available.
And hopefully take them to a Super Bowl and win in a Super Bowl.
It's a new day, Jacksonville, and in a little over an hour, a new era begins for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is Action Sports Jax, Jags Nation, Draft Night in Duval, brought to you by Bald City Heating and Air.
Just outside the Jaguars war room, that's where everything will go down over the next few hours and few days tonight. And history made for the Jacksonville Jaguars with a #1 overall pick, but 5 in the top 65 picks and 10 all told here on the weekend.
And inside that room, Urban Meyer and Trent Falci will text the name Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence will be the first point. And at Clemson tonight, there is some excitement going on as Trevor Lawrence and about 60 of his friends and family are hanging out and excited and cannot wait at Clemson, where he lost 2 playoff games. Meantime, in Cleveland, an excitement like no other, right? That's where the draft is being held. Cleveland cannot wait. The stage is set as they go city to city now, the National Football League, and it's great that it's back, and it's great that it's in Cleveland, and everybody's fired up, including Jacksonville's own Mack Jones.
Absolutely. We're in Cleveland as well, but we're also right here at TIAA Bank in Jacksonville. That's where the party is at. Sold-out party. Now, it's not a sold-out stadium. It's a sold-out party of about 7,000. They actually added more seats because they had so much interest for this one. This place is buzzing, and it almost makes you wonder how many people would have been here if they could have filled the entire stadium up. Hey, everybody, and welcome to our draft special here on Fox 30. We're going to take you all the way up until 10 o'clock tonight, something we've never done before. That's how big of a moment it is. Brent Martineau, along with Dan Hicken, and we have an entire team ready to roll. Let's introduce you to our team tonight over the next few hours. Back in the Action News Jax studios, John Bachman, Tanika Hughes, Mike Burish, of course. We have our entire Action Sports Jax team. We have former players like Austin Lane and David Garrard. He'll be our expert, of course, on the quarterback that's about to come to Jacksonville, Dan.
And it's a quarterback that's set up because of what happened earlier this year and last year, of course, for the Jaguars. A tough season, but one that the Jaguars have endured. And now get ready for Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence.
Now, Drive to the Draft, sponsored by Nimnik Chevrolet.
Let us play the season, and don't count these players out.
Many didn't want to give them a chance. After all, Calais was gone. A.J. Boye was in Denver. Nick Foles traded to Chi-Town, meaning second-year quarterback Gardner Minshew was going to get his shot. Maybe it was after the Jags fell to 1-9 after getting waxed at home by Pittsburgh 27-3. Jake Luton threw picks. The defense couldn't stop anyone, and Jacksonville was clearly going to lose the rest of them.
It's coming. Carr put some air under it. Wide open is Ruggs for the touchdown.
Only problem, the Jets had control of the board. And yeah, maybe they teased us with a close loss to Las Vegas, but most thought the boys in green weren't going to win, and the Jags would end up with the second pick. But then on December 20th, the earliest and the bestest Christmas gift any Jags fan could hope for.
Deflected away. Marcus May with the play of the day.
The board flipped, and Trevor now in their sights. But the changes, they were just starting.
We are making a change with our head coach. I think it was difficult, but really the right thing to do.
When the season ended, the house cleaning began again. Doug Marrone and staff gone. And then a bit of a bombshell.
Quite honestly, Duval and 904 deserve a chance to go win.
Now the Jags are poised for their most important weekend, maybe in franchise history.
to address something. We sadly lost a member of our Jaguars.
Here's a look at what the Jaguars have coming up over the next few days. Round number 1, 2 picks tonight, 3 more picks tomorrow in second round and third round, and then they'll have 5 selections coming up on Saturday. Take a look at Trevor Lawrence's draft party. It's taking place in Clemson, South Carolina. We visited up there a couple of times already here in the pre-draft build-up. He's expected to be the number 1 overall pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's got a 60-person watch party there in Clemson, where he went to school a few miles from Death Valley.
Right.
And he, of course, is excited for the night, and everybody else here is excited too.
I can't wait to see him here tomorrow, but you know I can't wait to talk to right now? The Jacksonville Jaguar head coach, Urban Meyer. Coach, how are you, man?
Good. Great to be with you guys.
Exciting night for this franchise, for you guys, for everybody involved. Just talk a little bit about the anticipation that's been building now since you took over back in January.
Well, I think back to our owner, and we can't, this is all driven by him, and he wants to win, and I think you guys know that, but I'm telling you, he wants to win that bad. And I can feel his energy every day. I can feel, you go to work for a lot of reasons, and I see why he wants to win. He can do whatever he wants to do. He wants this great stadium. He wants this great city. He wants 904 and Duval to win. And he not only wants to, he's putting resources behind it to go win. So that's a heck of an obligation for myself, our staff, and our team.
Yeah, you welcome that obligation as well, especially this offseason. Called it maybe the biggest in franchise history. You've had plenty of signing days in the past. Does this feel a little bit different as you're about to enter the war room?
It does, and it was a new experience. I was never too shy to say that. It was something that I surrounded myself. It was very strategically located, the coaches I hired. There's a reason why Daryl Bevel, and Brian Schottenheimer are on my staff. I didn't know them. I'd done my research, deep research. And you think about what Schottenheimer took Mark Sanchez, and they win 2 championships. And then he's coaching Andrew Luck at a very young age. Then you look at Daryl Bevel. He gets handed Russell Wilson as a rookie, 3rd-round pick, and 3 years later. So a lot went into this, and I think we're good where we're at.
So much excitement, so much success for you at the college level. You're going to, we all think, draft a young man who also had an unbelievable amount of success at the college level. I'm just curious, that guy never lost a regular season game. When you talk about Trevor Lawrence, is the one thing you talk about that stands out above all else the desire and the fact that he wins?
Absolutely. And the common characteristic, big, short, fast, maybe not as fast, pocket passer, break contained passer. The great quarterbacks, and really, in my opinion, all positions, great players, the common characteristic is elite competitor. Refuse to lose. And it's not by accident when you really study him, and some other great quarterbacks. When you study him, high school, rookie year, or freshman year in college, he's playing for the title, and they win it against Alabama. So winning is obviously
true. Freshmen don't do that. So
you're ready for this place to explode, right?
Well, before we go, I want to say this too, that a big part of why I took this job is I believe there's some really good, very strong core of this team. I really believe that. I've told our players that. And since January, this team has done everything I've asked. Think about that for 1 second. A 1-15 team, new person comes in, new staff, and they're doing everything we ask, and I just appreciate that.
Urban Meyer, thanks for joining us for a couple minutes. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate
Hey, don't surprise us, by the way, okay? We've got a big show planned for one guy.
Ratings will go up.
Don't do that. We don't want surprises tonight. Not at the number 1 overall pick.
No.
Thanks, Urban Meyer.
Brett, I look over and I see Charlie Strong and Joe Cullen, and really the first time we got to see some of these coaches. Yeah. It's awesome to see what Urban and the energy that he's brought to this building. Everybody tells me it's unbelievable in there right now. So obviously they haven't played any games yet, but it's going to be great.
Shad Khan right over there as well, watching and waiting for all of this to unfold in the next couple of moments. Let's go up to Cleveland, Ohio. That's where it unfolds first, and where the Jaguars will go on the clock. Action Sports Jax, Stuart Weber. It's been quite the scene with Jaguars fans up there in Cleveland. Hello, Stuart.
Yeah, and if I were them, I'd probably rather be in Jacksonville right now, because Cleveland is showing its truest form. It's wet, it's a little dreary, it's like 50 degrees. I can understand why Trevor Lawrence decided to stay in Clemson for his draft party, but hey, you got to give to the fans of the NFL, and especially the fans of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have made this trek all the way up here to Cleveland to come be part of this great moment, this historic moment for the franchise as they pick first in the NFL draft and get that presumptive first pick of Trevor Lawrence. I had a chance to stop by a Bold City Brigade party earlier today, and let me tell you, it was electric. That place was full of fans in teal. They had the entire place decked out in Jaguars colors, and it was terrific. And not just fans showing up to that party, but also some former Jacksonville Jaguar legends. How about Jimmy Smith on location, mingling with the fans and saying, hey, let's get me in the hall.
No. Listen.
I think they're having so much fun. We just lost Stuart Weber a little bit amidst all that crowd, and we're going to see that shot and that eruption. We're going to see the eruption here as well. And you know why? Because Trevor Lawrence, he's supposed to be a good football player, but he's supposed to make a big impact in the city as well. What a #1 overall pick, especially at the QB position, can do, especially this guy. That story is on the way. It's Draft Night 2021. Draft Night in Duval. The party is on here at TIAA Bank Field. And keep it locked to Fox 30 all night long.
This one's for every NFL fan who just watched their team draft the star player from their college rivals. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. At Dailies, more is what our sandwiches are built on. All for a price that's anything but more. Made fresh. Dailies.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
Dreaming of owning an RV? There's a chance to win one every day of Travel Camp's RV Stadium Show and Duval Draft Night from April 28th to May 2nd. It's all about RVs, live music, food trucks, and the Jaguars. Register to win cool prizes. Check out awesome products and demos. Catch an appearance from The Roar on Wednesday the 28th and Jackson DeVille on Saturday the 1st. The Jacksonville RV Stadium Show and Duval Draft Night, April 28th to May 2nd.
It's a place where time slows down. It's where our heroes return. And it's where the heart is. Dreamfinders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle.
The hunt continues on draft day, and you can meet the pick that starts the new era of Jaguars football. Visit TIAABank.com/meetthepick. Happy hunting.
A lot has changed in 60 years, but there's one thing that remains the same: our commitment to our customers and to our community. There's no place like Jacksonville, and there's no place like Gate. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, past, present, and future. Every Saturday now through June 30th, Jags fans can enjoy BOGO Froyo at participating Gate locations. Buy one, get one free Yobi frozen yogurt? Yo betcha. Gate, serving up more.
This one's for every NFL fan hoping that this will finally be the year your team's GM will hear you through the TV. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
This is Action Sports Jax, Jags Nation, Draft Night in Duval. Brought to you by Bold City Heating and Air.
Interviewed about 5 or 6 different people.
Draft Night in Duval. You're taking a live look right now at Urban Meyer, the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, speaking to the fans here at the draft party here at the bank. Let's listen in live.
So introduce our offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevell.
Thanks, Coach. Super excited to be here tonight in Jacksonville. Also excited to see what happens tonight, right? That's why we're all here. Excited to see how this draft goes. We're going to be doing that thing twice tonight. And then last but not least, I can't wait to get on this field, to have you in these stands and watch what these players are getting ready to do. If you saw what's going on behind these doors back here with these guys, you would be amazed. And they're ready to bring this and score some points on this field. Thanks for having us.
Next guy I've known for a long, long time. He's a 15-year veteran in the National Football League. Last 5 years, he's with the Baltimore Ravens, and he's going to lead our defense coordinator, Joe Cullen.
Thanks, Coach. I tell you what, it's great to be back in Jacksonville. I had the privilege to coach here when Shad bought the team, and I'll tell you what, when Coach Meyer called, I said, how fast do you want me down there? There's one word I want to give you that when you watch Coach Meyer's teams and when you step into our stadium and you see how our team plays, it's relentless. You're going to see a team that's going to play with their hair on fire and relentless, just what this city's all about. It's a great city, and I'll tell you what, when this stadium is packed, and the way our defense, the way our offense, the way our special teams play, and if you sum it up in one word, it's going to be relentless. And I tell you what, can't wait for the first pick tonight. It's going to be a pick that is going to set the city and the franchise going that way for many years ahead. Thank you.
And finally, I'd like to introduce the number 2 in command, and that's my assistant head coach, a guy I've known 25 years, a guy that all of the state of Florida knows very well. In 2005, I hired Coach Strong to be my defense coordinator at Florida. We won 2 national championships together, a guy that I have immense respect for, our assistant head coach, Charlie Strong.
Oh, here we go.
You did me right. Well, I was just saying to Joe Cullen when we were standing over to the side, I don't think I've ever been in this stadium with it being this empty. Because every time we came in here, it was always Florida versus Georgia, and I think our results was pretty good. But I would say this to you. When you're around a special organization like this and you have a special owner and Con, you go out and hire winners. And that's what he did. He went out and hired the best coach, whether it be college football or professional football. He went out and hired the best in Coach Meyer. And then we put it together, an unbelievable staff. But if you were to see the way our players are working right now, they have come in with a total new attitude. It's a new challenge for them. But I'm just so happy that what they're doing right now and how they're responding to what we're asking them to do. But if you were just to see behind those doors right now, and we know this, without a doubt, last year wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough at all. And we're looking to take this program to the next level, which that is going to happen a lot sooner than later. So we're happy, so happy you turned out tonight, and let's go get it done. Go Jags!
And the final thing, obviously, I evaluated was our roster. And I think it's too easy for anybody to just say you got bad players, because you know what? We don't have bad players. We have a very, very strong core group of players at the Jaguars. And everything I've asked these players to do since January, here's what's really cool. They've done everything and more than I've asked. They've been here training. They can't wait to play next fall in front of you guys. They've done everything we've asked. The last thing before I hand it back is that you're going to see a mantra around our organization. And Shad and I have had this conversation. Anyone associated in this facility, in this building, we all want them to own it. If 3 years from now people respect and fear the emblem of the Jaguar, we've done our job. We've owned it. Now I'm going to ask you as a 904 in Duval, we need to own this thing together. You tell me, I'm tired of hearing about these other great stadiums. We're going to make this a great stadium together because we're going to own it. Have a great night and go Jags.
Oh, boy. That is Urban Meyer, and he can get you fired up and ready to go. And he's got the 7,000 in here fired up and ready to go. How did Urban Meyer get to Jacksonville as the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars? It's been an interesting road.
It's time for Urban Development, sponsored by FPL.
I look back and here's a 36-year-old that probably wasn't ready. It was like a lab of how we're going to try to do this.
He's done such a great job moving through up through the ranks and paying his dues to finally get a chance to become a head coach at BG and now here at Utah.
Urban Meyer will celebrate a second national title.
I'm stepping down as a head football coach at the University of Florida to focus on family and my other interests away from the sidelines.
Self-imposed exile lasted a single season. He signed a contract with Ohio State.
And I still saw average. The hell with that! We don't want to coach average.
And the Ohio State Buckeyes are the first national champions of the playoff era.
You get players to the edge. When you get to the edge, there's barriers. There's laziness, selfishness, fatigue. You know what a coach's job is? Coach them through that. Thank you.
There's a little background on Urban Meyer. You know, it's interesting, too. He can communicate. He just did it on stage. He does it as a coach. He did it as an analyst, Dan.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, and he can certainly rile the fans up. And the fans are going to have to do the next part. You know, they're not used to seeing this stadium empty, and Christy Turner's upstairs in the club with some of the fans right now. Hey, Christy.
And we just heard from head coach Urban Meyer, which really amped up the crowd here inside the bank. And now the fans are starting to file in. I've had the chance to talk with some of them who are long-time Jags fans. They say they're not just excited only for draft night tonight here in Duval, but they want to carry this energy into the upcoming season. We are here at the East Club, which is hosting some very special guests tonight. 500 vaccinated healthcare workers with Baptist Health. They're getting to unwind a little after what's been a challenging year on the front lines during the COVID-19 pandemic. I spoke with a healthcare worker who says she has some big expectations for the team this season.
I hope for, a winning season and to get into the playoffs.
Maybe Super Bowl down the road.
Super Bowl down the road. I know we can do it, so it's going to happen.
Anything is possible, but obviously no pressure, Jags. But everyone is very excited for this upcoming season. Reporting live at the bank, Christy Turner, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
We've waited 123 days. The draft is about to begin. But, Dan, we've never been in this position in Jacksonville. The number one pick basically on the clock since the end of the season when the Super Bowl was over. How does it work? Let's bring in Action News Jax John Bachman right now, and he explains how this top pick will go down tonight.
All right, guys, I know you know this, but for everybody else, in just about 60 minutes or so, all eyes will be on Jacksonville as the Jaguars officially go on the clock. Now, do not expect Trevor's name to be called right then and there, and here's why. The first 10 minutes or so of the NFL draft will be filled with hype videos and a welcome speech by the commissioner, Roger Goodell. He'll then officially open the draft, which will put the Jaguars on the clock, and in round one, each team gets 10 minutes to make the decision. Now, once the clock starts, all eyes will turn to the Jaguars' war room inside TIAA Bank Field, and that is where Shad Khan, Urban Meyer, Trent Falci, and all those coaches you just saw will be. In those 10 minutes, they make the decision, and then they call to the player, and in this case, of course, we expect that to be Trevor. Once that call is made, the Jaguars then will contact their representative in Cleveland to write Trevor's name on the card, which will then be handed off to the commissioner. The Jaguars are expected to use all 10 minutes in order to keep the eyes on Jacksonville. After all, this is a first for the organization in a franchise-changing night. And let's face it, we've been on commercial break for some of our picks, so they're going to milk every last second of this 10 minutes, right?
Absolutely.
So no matter where players are taken, many of them impact their communities. And Tanika's here now with Trevor, who isn't even a Jaguar yet, has already made an impact on our community.
Absolutely.
He and his wife, Marissa.
Both of them. And not just the buzz and the hype from him joining the team, but really trying to infuse himself in our community early. You guys remember the whole wedding registry story? Hundreds of people pitched in to buy the Clemson quarterback and his new wife a $300 toaster and raise money for charity. Well, days later, Trevor announced that he and Marissa would be donating $20,000 to Jacksonville charities. And we spoke to Trevor's former college coach, Dabo Swinney, who says that it's just the beginning.
I think he's one of those guys that's going to change the community in a lot of positive ways. He's going to bring a lot of great aspects there, but he's going to change free agency. He's going to impact the coaches and just the whole spirit of the franchise. He has the ability to put that type of wind in the sails.
that is what you want to hear. We've already seen, again, the impact that Trevor had on the Clemson community. Over the last year, he emerged as one of the college football's leading voices for athletes and social justice reform. In 2020, he helped to organize a student-led protest against police brutality and marched in the Our Voices Matter movement addressing racism. He also pushed for student athletes' voices to be heard in the We Want to Play movement. And Trevor says he doesn't see himself as an activist. He just thinks that everyone carries a responsibility based on their platform and wants to use his in the right way to impact people. We are so excited to welcome him to Jacksonville. Let's get back out to you guys.
Jacksonville might be a small market in the NFL, but it's a big city for Trevor Lawrence. We go to his hometown, his small town in Georgia, when we come back.
And fun times in Cleveland tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as that city is the epicenter of the NFL draft that starts at 8 p.m. At 8:10, the Jags will make it official. Cannot wait.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. All for a price that's anything but more. Made fresh. Daly's.
3 letters are how the world advances more every day. How money moves across the globe in a snap. How global banks transform in a digital world. 3 letters make the technology the world needs when everything in the world changes. To see the big picture, manage risk, and make the right call in real time, 3 letters are how trades are made from anywhere and seamlessly processed at hyperspeeds. So how did we get to a world where the future is now a part of your everyday? 3 letters. That's how. FIS.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us. If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
We've been through a lot this past year. But there's light at the end of the tunnel. And comfort in knowing we don't just have good things to look forward to. Some have been with us all along. By our side, on our legs, pulling us out of the moment and into theirs. Because no matter what happens out in the world, our pets are always there for us. And we are always there for them. Pet Paradise. It's a new day in pet care.
Spring driving is here, and the countdown to luxury has begun at your local Cadillac showroom. Experience the iconic style and bold performance in a Cadillac sedan. Reward yourself, then move up to a Cadillac.
Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2021 Cadillac CT4 for around $329 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
And ends soon. This is Action Sports Jax, Jags Nation, Draft Night in Duval. Brought to you by Bald City Heating and Air.
Tight end who has not been seen. Oh, there's Cleveland, Ohio. Once again, we're counting down until the Jaguars get on the clock. Action Sports Jax. Stuart Weber is there. Jags fans are there, too. And Mack Jones is there. Where does he go in the 2021 draft?
But the explosion in Duval tonight will be right here at TIAA Bank Field. That's when these 7,000 spread out among 60,000 seats. So will explode when that first pick is announced. Trevor Lawrence. The fans have been waiting for this. Well, some of them for a lifetime. And they're waiting for that young young man up there at Clemson, South Carolina, where he was so good for the Tigers during his 3-year career, and he is celebrating with family and friends there tonight.
Welcome back, everybody. Draft night in Duval. Brett Martineau, Dan Hicken. We are down on the field at TIAA Bank Field, and we've got you covered all the way up until 10 o'clock tonight. So we're talking Jags, Trevor Lawrence, and what they're going to do at 25 as well. We've been talking about Trevor Lawrence for a long time, Dan. Back at Super Bowl week, we took a trip to his hometown of Cartersville, Georgia. It was part of a 9-day trek. We went to Urban Meyer's hometown as well. Then we ended up at Clemson. Stuart Weber, the Action Sports Jax vehicle. Yeah, we really crammed in there for about 9 days, and we learned a lot about the quarterback that's about to be the QB of the Jags. A little after noontime on a Tuesday, a train splits the town of Cartersville, Georgia. It has the charm of an image from the 1800s, but on this January afternoon, there's not as much charm in a 45-minute traffic jam. Cartersville is a bustling small town of 20,000. Less than an hour northwest of Atlanta, Cartersville has plenty of history, but these days it's known for a football player about to make history.
16, Trevor Lawrence pulls it down.
This is Trevor Lawrence's hometown.
Everybody back home is just really proud of him and what he's meant to the city of Cartersville.
It's a town where the mayor works part-time and also calls the high school football games on Friday nights.
How good was Trevor in high school? He was the best I've ever seen.
Mayor Matt Santini got to watch every throw Trevor Lawrence made during a 52-2 4-year career at Cartersville High School.
The fact that he had one ball that wasn't put exactly where it was wanted to be was so much of an outlier to us that we talked about it during the half. So, boy, that was odd. You don't see that very often.
Connor Foster was an assistant coach in Cartersville in those days. Now he's the head coach for the Hurricanes.
He's a really hard worker. He's driven to be great. You know, he's not a rah-rah guy, but there's no doubt about the fire that burns inside of him.
Around here, there's no retired jersey or Trevor Lawrence is from here sign. At least not yet. There's hardware in the high school trophy case, framed pictures at Scott's Barbecue across from the school, and a few more pictures at Capri Diner, a place that holds only about 20 customers, and Lawrence could probably hit with a Hail Mary from midfield of the Canes home stadium.
We used to come and eat breakfast a lot, lunch some, and then I'd go see him on Friday nights.
There is a sense of pride that Lawrence lives here, but it comes with a subtle humility, a feeling that seemingly matches the personality of Lawrence himself.
It's not just the way that he played the game, but the way that he carries himself as a young man, the way that he comes back and gives back to our hometown. You know, he's a Cartersville kid through and through, and he certainly makes us all proud. Beyond his talent, who he is as a young man is far more important to us.
The attention for Cartersville is not new nor surprising. Trevor has been a star since middle school.
He just pops. The ball zipped out of his hand from day one, and it was just obvious that this dude is special.
When Clemson won the national championship Lawrence's freshman season, there was a billboard beaming with pride for a bit.
We see 16s everywhere, not on the field anymore here, but certainly up in the stands because they know who he is, and you know, that's somebody we can all aspire to be more like.
Trevor didn't want a parade after winning that title, and there will be no citywide draft party in Cartersville tonight. There will likely be a mention on the local radio station and maybe even another billboard. And this week, a mural of Trevor Lawrence was finished.
Just because he's one of us. And when I see him or talk about him, I get a big smile on my face. And I appreciate the fact that our town respects him and values him and certainly does a good job of not overwhelming him.
In this charming southern town, Lawrence tries to be just another car on the train splitting through town. The Trevor train is full steam ahead. Next stop, Jacksonville, Florida. A journey that all started right here in Cartersville, Georgia. Really cool place. And by the way, one of the best things I heard there from the Capri Diner in Cartersville, they said every Friday night, a young man and his dad from Jacksonville would go watch Trevor Lawrence play. I'm looking for you. I can't find you. I don't know how true it is.
Yes.
But if you're out there, get in touch with us because that's a wild story.
You know, we've had some success here, but we haven't had a lot of it in our 26 years of watching the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's hard to imagine that one young man could change the fortunes of not just a football team, but a city. But really, so much is at stake with Trevor Lawrence, Shad Khan, and Urban Meyer, and what Shad has decided to do. And can Trevor Lawrence transform this stadium and this downtown and so much more? For more on that, let's get Ben Becker in here from Action News Jax, who has more on Trevor Town, hopefully here in Jacksonville. Hey, Ben.
Fellas, you know, it's what he does with this little football, right? This will make all the difference whether the Jags become something or we remain kind of where we are. Now, once players find their teams, you know, that's where legacies are made, of course. And, you know, this all starts in the comparison, right? Trevor Lawrence and Peyton Manning, selected by the Colts in the 1998 draft, first overall. And it's a big comparison to make. Let me take you to Indianapolis.
The Indianapolis Colts select quarterback, University of Tennessee, Peyton Manning.
Over the course of 13 seasons in Indianapolis,
Manning looking for Harrison. He's got it! Touchdown! Manning's going to run for a touchdown because the Bills never saw him. A textbook play and a smile on the face of Peyton Manning, 51 yards to Reggie Wayne for the score.
Peyton Manning delivered 11 winning seasons, several playoff wins, and the city's only Super Bowl.
The Colts are world champions for the first time since 1971.
But his legendary performances also helped transform the city he played in for so long. After winning Super Bowl 41, the team replaced its old stadium with the more than $500 million Lucas Oil Stadium, a new home for a team now accustomed to winning. Super Bowl 46 was held in that building just a few years later, and a bronze statue of the former quarterback now stands outside of that stadium. Take a drive north of downtown, and you'll find Peyton Manning Children's Hospital.
These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door.
It opened in 2003 and includes the largest neonatal intensive care unit in the state of Indiana. And Manning's Payback Foundation has contributed more than $14 million to programs in 4 states. A former Indianapolis mayor even said the program, quote, made Indianapolis a better place to live. It's hard to imagine the game of football or the city of Indianapolis without number 18. But for the thousands of lives his work has helped off the field, the Manning name has meant much more than winning. And you know, Indianapolis and Jacksonville, very similar in size when it comes to population and lack of on-field success, too, at least when you compare Indianapolis before Peyton Manning arrived. Now, you want to compare these teams, right? The Colts worth about $400 million more than the Jags, according to Forbes, thanks in part to Peyton Manning and Peyton's place. Fellas, back to you.
We got a chance to sit down with Jags owner Shad Khan in the last 24 hours, and he said something interesting. Be ready for some surprises tonight and this weekend. What does that mean? That story coming up.
No surprise at 1. The fans are ready. The countdown continues. We're looking forward to about 8:10, and then we have another pick later in the evening. More to discuss coming up.
A lot has changed in 60 years, but there's one thing that remains the same. Our commitment to our customers and to our community. There's no place like Jacksonville, and there's no place like Gate. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, past, present, and future. Every Saturday now through June 30th, Jags fans can enjoy BOGO Froyo at participating Gate locations. Buy one, get one free Yobi frozen yogurt? Yo betcha. Gate, serving up more.
It's not about who we're playing this Sunday. And it's definitely not about what the so-called experts think. It's not about how many U's you put in Duval, or about how long you've been a fan.
It's not about how much you miss Mark and Freddie T. And it's not about the refs blowing the call on the field.
At the end of the day, when you're at the stadium
or at home,
what it really comes down to
is that we love this game
and we love Jacksonville.
When things go wrong, and you're in unfamiliar territory, you need a team of attorneys who've got your back, are dedicated to outmaneuvering and outplaying the competition, who know the terrain, and will go anywhere they're needed to defend your rights.
I'm Eddie Farah.
I'm Chuck Farah.
We've been protecting you and your family since 1979.
It's a place where time slows down. It's where our heroes return. And it's where the heart is. Dreamfinders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle.
Dreaming of owning an RV? There's a chance to win one every day of Travel Camp's RV Stadium Show and Duval Draft Night from April 28th to May 2nd. It's all about RVs, live music, food trucks, and the Jaguars. Register to win cool prizes. Check out awesome products and demos. Catch an appearance from The Roar on Wednesday the 28th and Jackson DeVille on Saturday the 1st. The Jacksonville RV Stadium Show and Duval Draft Night, April 28th to May 2nd.
Child support for men only. Contact us for your options. DivorceMenOnly.com.
This is Action Sports Jax. Jags Nation. Draft Night in Duval. Brought to you by Bald City Heating and Air.
They, the national media, said, don't go to Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence. You'll never make any money outside of football. Hello Adidas. Hello Gatorade. Hello Blockfolio. Hello Millions. So far, so good. We said Trevor Lawrence will transcend our city, and that's what he's done so far without even taking a snap, a la Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, who also play in small markets. Shame, shame, shame on you, national media. Do your homework.
The New Yorker said Jacksonville was Hartford with palm trees. Come on, New York. What are you thinking?
It's a beautiful night.
What a night. What a night in Duval. That is for sure. Brett Martin, Dan Hicken, as we continue to count down our draft night in Duval, got a chance to sit down with Jags owner Shad Khan. He feels this thing turning. Urban Meyer, now Trevor Lawrence, and a lot of optimism going forward for the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, let's talk about new head coach Urban Meyer.
There's a buzz around here. You can feel it. I know we've felt it at times before.
Yeah.
The draft is always exciting.
Yeah.
But you have to be pretty fired up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super energized. I mean, I'm pumped. And, it's that feeling. It's absolutely wonderful to be alive. And, you feel, wow, for Jacksonville.
What is it that separates this level of optimism this time around?
Several. I think when you get down to the basic fundamental, it's the leadership, coaching, and especially the way football is now, it's a quarterback league. It's still hard to fathom that, we've had 8 starters in 9 years as quarterback.
Been around here 13 years now. This feels so monumental. I don't want to say now or never feel to it, but it certainly feels like now.
I think we'll have an opportunity really to have a player that will, help us, win. And if you win, then, a lot of good happens. You can say, for the franchise, but really, I mean, the Jaguars are the psyche of Jacksonville. I think if we win, I think it's going to be good for the city.
The courtship of Urban. Yeah. This guy has been wanted from a lot of different colleges and maybe even NFL teams. Yeah. He has pushed what's best for the player. And you mentioned you've done things to the stadium and locker room and other things in the past. It seems like he's even taken it to a new level.
It is a different level. It's a different level, and I think, and he wants the best that exists plus best in the future. So I think, we have plans for that.
Do you have anxiety in that war room?
When you're prepared, you don't have anxiety. It's, especially this time, it's been so well thought out and debated. A lot of the stuff that's probably going to happen is not what you or, the common wisdom is expecting, because, there is a vision of what the team is going to look like. There might be some surprises, but it's all part of the, plans.
No surprises at number 1, we hope, but we'll see.
Yeah. By the way, I think Shad Khan's made a little bit of a turn here philosophically with Urban Meyer. To get Urban Meyer, I think he had to make some. I think he's tired of losing. Absolutely. And I think he's going to want to win. And he's looking for great players like these guys from Jacksonville, Florida. 00 Kenny Burrow. Love John L. Williams down there in Palatka. Champ Bailey, Hall of Famer from up in Folkestone. Big money, Gerard Warren. Watched him at Florida and, of course, in the NFL. C.J. Spiller's so good over there in Union County. We all know that guy, the quarterback from Nice High School. Laramie Tunsil Huntsell from Columbia. All over the area, first-round picks galore. Hayden Hurst as well.
And tonight we could get another one, and could be the highest ever from the actual city of Jacksonville area. And that's former Bowles grad Mack Jones. Let's go to Cleveland right now. Stuart Weber is there. We visit with him once again. Stuart's there because Mack's there too.
Yeah, Mack's here, and he's not out here in the elements, though, like we are. We're in some 50-degree weather, a little drizzly. They tell me this is Cleveland. You know, what are you going to do? Mack Jones is actually in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right now in one of the green rooms. So, you know, you're in Cleveland. Good place to set up the green room, right? Earlier this evening, he walked across the red carpet and made his arrival to the NFL Draft. So excited about this opportunity to finally fulfill that lifelong dream and get a chance to play in the NFL.
Like I said, this is really cool. I mean, all the work's been put in. Everything's on tape. They did all the evaluations, did a great job with everybody. So right now it's just a little bit of a waiting game, but I'm really just looking forward to getting that phone call and finding out where we're going to live.
Does Mack go at number 3? Heck, does the former Florida Gator Kyle Pitts go at number 4? Certainly some storylines we'll keep an eye on here in Cleveland. At the NFL Draft, Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jax.
Well, we know about Urban Meyer. We know about Shad Khan. We think it's Trevor Lawrence. What about this guy, Trent Falci? He is the new GM. He's experienced. Will he trade up and down the board? We discuss it with the GM coming up next.
In today's world, there's a lot of ways to know what's happening. At Action News Jax, we make sure our local stories have more detail, so you get every angle that impacts you. We dig for answers because you deserve the whole story. Taking time to provide context so you're clear on what's really going on. Because we know information is thrown at you 24/7, and we want you to know that Action News Jax is local coverage you can count on. Jags Nation Draft Night in Duval is brought to you by Bold City Heating and Air. If you like first impressions, the Jags did it well back in 1995. Their first ever draft pick was Tony Boselli, and he is still considered to be arguably the best draft pick of all time for the franchise. The baby-faced left tackle from USC was a monster on the left side of the Jaguars line. Boselli's career would be shortened by injuries, but his place in Jaguars history will be forever. The first member of the pride of the Jaguars, one of the city and team's biggest ambassadors. No draft pick has been more impactful to the Jaguars organization than the first one. Left tackle, Tony Boselli.
When it comes to AC service, no one beats Bold City Heating and Air. Warm weather is approaching fast. A tune-up from Bold City will prevent it.
This one's for every NFL fan who has a friend bragging about their team's pick when you know they just looked up the stats online. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. At Dailies, more is what our sandwiches are built on. All for a price that's anything but more. Made fresh. Dailies.
Spring driving is here, and the countdown to luxury has begun at your local Cadillac showroom. Experience the iconic style and bold performance in a Cadillac sedan. Reward yourself and move up to a Cadillac.
Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2021 Cadillac CT4 for around $329 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Getting back to all of this will take all of us.
If you have questions about the vaccines, Florida Blue nurses are standing by for your call. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, here for the one place we call home.
By the Jacksonville Jaguars, some oranges, and way to commemorate the moment. Welcome back, everybody. Draft night in Duval. Brett Martineau, Dan Hicken. We're getting closer and closer.
Man.
Jags are about to go on the clock.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Trevor Lawrence. We know all about him, and we also know about Urban Meyer. Obviously, you talked to Shad Khan. But what about Trent Falci? He's been in the NFL a long time. He orchestrated a great program out in San Francisco with the 49ers. Spent last year here, and in the end, Urban Meyer and he, despite not knowing each other, are sort of a partnership now. JP Shadrick from Jaguars.com spent some time catching up with Trent, part of our game plan.
An inside look at the game plan, sponsored by TIAA Bank.
This opportunity to really alter the franchise, it doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't. And, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's not the pick you want, because it means that the previous year you didn't do very well. But we're certainly in a great position and looking forward to making that pick.
How many folks are helping you build your draft board and execute the draft?
Well, it depends on the day. The coaches are heavily involved. The scouts are heavily involved. I've got a core group of guys that are in the draft room consistently with me throughout the day. There's a lot of information to dig through at every level of the draft. You want to know as much about the 7th round pick as you do about the 1st round pick. It's really like a puzzle.
The difficulty of draft weekend trading. How much ahead of time do you work on something like that? Are phone calls being made now, a month ago, to kind of plant the seed and see what teams would do? How difficult are those trades to execute?
Yeah, there's definitely a plan, and it really depends on the board. And it's got to be a very fluid plan because you can't predict what's going to happen on draft day. You see that all the time. Guys getting picked that even the media didn't feel was going to be picked where it got picked, right? So that plan is very fluid. We're always going to try to move. We're willing to move. I think other teams around the league know we're willing to move, but we're only going to move if it makes sense.
Up or down, right? Could be either way.
Up or down.
More draft coverage, Jaguars.com all weekend long. Our partners over there at Jaguars.com. Dabo Swinney spent 3 years around Trevor Lawrence. He knows him best. Coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, we will hear from Dabo. We caught up with the coach about what makes Trevor Lawrence so special. That's on the way. And Cleveland, get ready. Jacksonville, get ready. The Jaguars are almost on the clock, and the 2021 draft is about to begin in just a few moments. We'll be back. Draft night in Duval, live here on Fox 30.
This one's for every NFL fan, hoping that this will finally be the year your team's GM will hear you through the TV. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Who's behind the things that make every day easier? 3 letters. FIS. We help you buy this with tech like this. And when everything changes, we keep markets running and your investments secure. So retirements can look like that. We make banking here as innovative as banking there. So when you're ready for this and want to buy this, you can. Every day your world becomes more advanced, all because of 3 letters. FIS.
It's a place where time slows down. It's where our heroes return. And it's where the heart is. Dreamfinders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle.
It's not about who we're playing this Sunday. And it's definitely not about what the so-called experts think. It's not about how many U's you put in Duval or about how long you've been a fan.
Not about how much you miss Mark and Freddie T. And it's not about the refs blowing the call on the field.
At the end of the day, when you're at the stadium
or at home,
what it really comes down to
is that we love this game
And we love Jacksonville.
When things go wrong and you're in unfamiliar territory, you need a team of attorneys who've got your back, are dedicated to outmaneuvering and outplaying the competition, who know the terrain and will go anywhere they're needed to defend your rights.
I'm Eddie Farah. I'm Chuck Farah. We've been protecting you and your family since 1979.
A lot has changed in 60 years, but there's one thing that remains the same: our commitment to our customers and to our community. There's no place like Jacksonville, and there's no place like Gate. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, past, present, and future. Every Saturday now through June 30th, Jags fans can enjoy BOGO Froyo at participating Gate locations. Buy one, get one free Yobi frozen yogurt? Yo betcha. Gate, serving up more.
This is Action Sports Jax, Jags Nation, Draft Night in Duval. Brought to you by Bold City Heating and Air.
Yeah, live look inside of the bank right now where LaVisca Chenault signing autographs for the kids. You saw him take a nice little selfie just a few seconds ago. The anticipation is building. We're minutes away from the start of the NFL draft where the Jags will be on the clock. Welcome back to Jags Nation, Draft Night in Duval. I'm Tanika Hughes.
I'm John Bachman. You can see at the top right of the screen, we are just minutes away from the clock striking 8. We'll be back out to the bank in a moment, but right now let's go out to the beach. Action News Jax Danny Bozzini is live at Sneakers Sports Grill, where the house is starting to get packed for a watch party.
If you're a Jags fan and you're not at TIAA Bank Field, this is the place to be. Even if you're a Clemson fan, this is the place to be. Fans are just too excited for the draft, for Trevor Lawrence, for the Jags, all of it. Now, everywhere you look, you can see teal and black, or of course, some orange and purple too. Fans are bracing for what many hope to be a historic night for the Jags, and we're just about 10 minutes away from the first overall pick, which fans believe will be quarterback Trevor Lawrence, a pick that they will think will sell tickets and bring the entire city together.
I think it's going to be awesome. We've never had it before, and if we can get Trevor Lawrence, I mean, that'll be really good.
And I'll have the best reactions from fans coming up in the next few minutes, following fingers crossed when Trevor Lawrence joins the Jags family. Live at Sneakers, Danny Bozzini, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
Yes, that purple and orange and that teal and black, it goes together. I like it.
It does.
We're moments away from the countdown. History being made, a new era beginning for the Jacksonville Jaguars. A quick note, if you're watching on CBS 47, turn over to Fox 30 to watch our continuing coverage over the next 2 hours. Let's take another live look, John.
Yes, and Jacksonville is on the clock at 8:10, folks. So it's about to become Trevor Town. We'll see you on Fox 30.
A local. At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. All for a price that's anything but more. Made fresh. Daly's.
The hunt continues on draft day, and you can meet the pick that starts the new era of Jaguars football. Visit TIAABank.com/meetthepick. Happy hunting.
Dreaming of owning an RV? There's a chance to win one every day of Travel Camp's RV Stadium Show and Duval Draft Night from April 28th to May 2nd. It's all about RVs, live music, food trucks, and the Jaguars. Register to win cool prizes. Check out awesome products and demos. Catch an appearance from The Roar on Wednesday the 28th and Jackson DeVille on Saturday the 1st. The Jacksonville RV Stadium Show and Duval Draft Night, April 28th to May 2nd.
We've been through a lot this past year. But there's light at the end of the tunnel. And comfort in knowing we don't just have good things to look forward to. Some have been with us all along. By our side, on our legs, pulling us out of the moment and into theirs. Because no matter what happens out in the world, our pets are always there for us. And we are always there for them. Pet Paradise. It's a new day in pet care.
The hunt continues on draft day, and you can meet the pick that starts the new era of Jaguars football. Visit TIAABank.com/meetthepick. Happy hunting.
This one's for every NFL fan who just watched their team draft the star player from their college rivals. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
A lot has changed in 60 years, but there's one thing that remains the same. Our commitment to our customers and to our community. There's no place like Jacksonville, and there's no place like Gate. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, past, present, and future. Every Saturday now through June 30th, Jags fans can enjoy BOGO Froyo at participating Gate locations. Buy one, get one free Yobi frozen yogurt? Yo betcha. Gate, serving up more.